Hello there and welcome back. We are about to be live with Luvnest versus Barton PL. I am AE and I'm with my good friend Stormless. Hello Stormless. He is currently muted. He needs to press this little button on his chest and then he talks. It's like he's a toy. It's amazing. Hello Stormless.
Hello.
Let's go over to the loading screen to get some hype going in this. I am feeling it. This isn't fake hype for people watching. I am genuinely a psychotic Company of Heroes fan that gets unrealistically excited for tournament games, and that's what's happening right now. Barton again with his Telemine bulletins. Stormless, are you expecting him to actually use them this time or not?
I'll love it if he uses them. I really like those bulletins, especially if you are playing against Soviets in that heavy mid-game thing. I do really like that. So
Absolutely. Luvnest is Soviets. We've seen Luvnest Soviets a few times today. Let me make my HUD size bigger. There we go. Let me change the scores. Or get rid of the scores for now, actually. They're confusing for now. Yes, absolutely. We've seen Luvnest Soviets a few times today. And what did we see him do, Dan?
well, Luvnest's build for this tournament has been pretty specific every time. He's gone either 2 or 3 Maxims in most of the games that we've seen him play. Only a handful of conscripts, maybe 1 or 2 at best. Double engineers, so that he's always got those quick repairs and also the minesweeping abilities. And then really after that, his doctrine kind of molds into whatever is needed after that. But we're very, very likely going to see him go shock rifle. Again, he's been utilizing the IS-2 very well with the tier 3 for Soviets. So it's kind of what we're expecting to see from him.
Absolutely.
Barton, on the counter to that, mobile defense has been the heavy one for him so far, from what we've seen today at least, and that's done pretty well for him. He played absolutely amazingly against Cruzy with that, and his micro with those units has just been really good. And Faymanville probably is going to favor him more to use this because it's more of an open map. So yeah.
Absolutely. It is a massively open map thanks to the good work of White Fast Reborn and Relic themselves. They've reworked Minsk, this map, and also the road to Kharkov, and they've made them actually good. No, to be fair, Faymanville was always good, but always overly concentrated on the centre. Now it is more spread. The action is everywhere. Very good map indeed.
Yeah, the simple removal of that one building in the middle, and also opening up the gates on the map so that vaulting wasn't always a micro necessity, has been really, really good, and it's changed the map a lot. It's made it more fun to play. It's a lot more fluent, so really, really enjoying that. Let's see what the games are like on it.
Soldat in chat has said that the sniper is because Barton knew Love would go maximum spam. No, these players are sticking with what they have been doing in every game. Barton has always gotten an early sniper, and Luvnest has always gotten early maxims. These are headstrong strategy setting players. They are not counter punchers. They just go with what they think works and try and do it.
Yeah, it's not just about the prediction. Although I'm sure Barton knows that Luvnest is probably doing that, because I'm sure he has. Checked up on what's been going on else throughout the day. But he may have even played against Luvnest previously, in auto match. As a lot of them do play against each other regularly. But the Barton sniper strategy is just a deadlock with him. It's there every game, and especially against a tier 2 strategy from Luvnest, I think it's going to be very effective here.
And count it, 4 years Barton has been spamming snipers for. He started doing it in 2011 in Company of Heroes 1, and he's still doing it here and now. ESL, Company of Heroes 2 in 2015. Barton seems to be an ever-present troll in this community, and a very good player indeed. Very good to see him still doing it 4 years
Look
later.
at Luvnest going for that sniper of Barton's, though. He may even get lucky here if
Oh,
he's...
he's got a mega Ura there. Oh god.
Barton's doing the sensible thing and trying to actually walk out rather than retreat, because the retreat probably would have killed him, but you can see him trying to get away there any way possible.
Using those carcasses to add as cover, so very interesting there. Picking off models from far. Great micro from Barton.
Yeah, look at that. So cheeky that whilst he's trying to get away, he's turning around and making the squad weak. He could probably even retreat right now and not lose the sniper, but it's a bit risky for him with no healing at the moment. So I think he's going to try and keep the health up as high as possible on that unit. But great idea to walk out.
Vaults the green cover wall, all the while microing his pioneers. And that's Barton being a fantastic player there.
Yeah, this is a top-level decision by any means. It's not to hit the retreat button there. Really just save that unit.
Can we just for the people tuning in, because people keep tuning in and out all day. In the previous game, by the way, can I just say this happened in Can You Hear Us? Barton's Vet 2 sniper was on retreat, and he managed to save its life by building an impromptu ghost bunker just in the path of the T-70 that was trying to gun it down. It was one of the all-time my favourite moments at Can You Hear Us. It's so funny to see.
Yeah, that was a great blocker, and it's not something people would always think of, but such a good play.
Absolutely. One of the three Maxims opening up on this Grenadier, as do the combat engineers with the flamethrower, pushing it away. The sniper's been plugging away 7 kills and counting.
Yep, Sniper's having a pretty good game. It's nearly doubling up on its per minute count at the moment, which is better than it's done in any of the last 2 games. So it's going to be difficult for Luvnest to play against that, especially with the Maxims as well. The only real chaser units he's got is the Engineers and the Conscripts, of which he's only got 1 squad. So the Maxims are just kind of easy targets for the Sniper right now.
They absolutely are, and this harkens back to something I said earlier in this day. I mean, we've been casting a long time now. But earlier in this day, I said that Luvnest detests the Soviet Wehrmacht Sniper Master because he does not trust Soviet snipers to do the job, because they're always their cloak time is not enough for him. He doesn't like it. So he is up against a unit he uses very well, the Wehrmacht Sniper, and he's getting a taste of his own medicine, so to speak, right now.
Yeah, definitely. The thing with the Soviet sniper, though, is that each one of the snipers has its own little, advantage in the game, and the Soviets one is obviously that it has a 2-man squad. So taking a counter sniper isn't as much of an issue. But yes, the cloak timing is less, but I don't know. I would argue the Soviet sniper is still very good.
It is, absolutely.
And easily more durable.
Well, Barton made it look extremely good in the previous game, didn't he? He contained Cruzy and got himself through to this semi-final now with a plum.
Yeah, he played a really good game there. Just a note, by the way, Luvnest has been putting mines down all over the place again. We've already got one on the building that's just covering Barton's fuel point. Actually on the other side as well, so any unit that hops in and hops out that way is going to die instantly. No doubt about that when getting out of a building.
13 kills and counting on that Wehrmacht sniper, plugging away at Maxims, plugging away at Conscripts. Barton is keeping most of the map at the moment, or a sizable portion of it is Wehrmacht, which is always a dangerous proposition for a Soviet player.
These really aggressive Maxim positions. Really like that.
Forcing the med bunker now, because that Soviet sniper's on 30% health, so Barton indeed is going to have to repair it. You'd think, wouldn't you? But he didn't in the previous game.
No, he didn't get that out for a long time. You can see that he's going for a heavy infantry build, probably to try and just continually flank the Maxims. And it looks like that's working, actually, because the Maxims have just had to retreat off the field. Only 1 remaining with suppression at the moment, so yeah, whatever he's doing, he is doing it right. Although, yeah, you can see that healing is going to become an issue very soon, especially with those Maxims. That pretty soon he's going to be losing squads.
Big mine goes off on Barton's MG just in front of the garrison there, which is, of course, when they clump up, and it lost nearly all of its models. 1 remaining.
Interesting, just spotted that there's not a door on the other side of that house, so which is a shame, really, because getting in from one side, getting out the other would have guaranteed a squad wipe, but that way, actually, Barton was allowed to keep his MG, so...
Absolutely. You got the second MG42 from Barton, currently in the central garrison, suppressing everything from Luvnest that was trying to enter the field. Elsewhere, you've got Pioneers with the flamethrower pushing away the conscripts, and he does now indeed have base healing, so his sniper's finally going to get some due care and attention.
Oh, that MG in the house has gone right down to 1 model now. May even get lost on the retreat there, but he does get it out through the right side of the building, which is good to see. Again, look at the Maxims from Luvnest. They're just completely spammed up together.
Dear God, that's a 12-man Maxim team. Ooh, Pioneers having to retreat through a little bit of conscript fire, but the MG's done a lot of work against them. They're going to have to get out of there.
I'd say Barton's playing pretty well right now. He's got to be under the threat of the mines. Luvnest bringing out the classic T-70 that he has done for every single game today. So that's going to be coming up. We don't see any mines from Barton yet, as usual. I'm pretty sure that that's just a psychological threat. loadout with those bulletins. But he is
T70 on the road,
sacrificing.
it's pushing quite deep. There's no tellers, as Dan would not like to know.
Yeah, the thing is though, I think they are important, especially as he hasn't been upgrading anything else other than the flamer.
T70 thinks better of it. Does eat a Faust for its troubles. It's going to repair just into the path of this combat engineer, which was thinking of laying a mine or a demo, but it will repair it. That's probably a good decision. Also, at the field, Grenadiers get pushed away by one of the many Maxims on the field.
This is just a classic repeat of nearly every game I've seen Luvnest play today. He has this very, very strong start game all over the map, especially with his Maxims. And also, you know, remember what Barton did against Cruzy with the cons. We've seen the double MG and all the Grens that are out here at the moment. And eventually, you know, Barton will just start wearing Luvnest down bit by bit. You know, he's probably just very comfortable to deal with the fact that he has no territory at the moment, and whilst that's quite daunting for a lot of people, Barton isn't phased by it at all, which I really, really like. There's no, you know, he doesn't get frustrated. He's about to lose a squad of Grenadiers in the center if he's not careful.
Oh, demo!
But yeah, Barton isn't phased by it at all, you know, he's just constantly coming up with the counters and slowly pushing Luvnest back. He doesn't need to really worry about the fuel because he has got mobile defense doctrine, which has been picked now, probably for that reason. So, yeah.
Oh, he was waiting for the double squad wipe with Luvnest! That was great! He suppressed the Pioneer into retreating through the Grenadier's path. Got a double squad wipe with that demo. What expert play from Luvnest.
Yeah, that was really, really good. And why Barton didn't go for the Minesweepers and why he went for the Flamer, I'm guessing it's just for that building in the middle, but why not build a mortar, you know, or you should be doubling up on the Pioneers there. So, really, really good placement and play by Luvnest.
T70's feeling aggressive now. It's got a lot less to contend with and a lot more juicy targets to attack. And by the way, if you're experiencing lag at the moment, I believe it's user side issues, because I've got a lot of people watching this and enjoying it. So unfortunately, all you're going to have to do is refresh, and hopefully we get quality settings and you're allowed to watch this at a quality setting that suits your internet. There's a lot of people watching this and it is suiting them, and they are able to watch it in a decent frame rate. So just trust me on that one. It's your problem, not mine.
Thank you for that lovely announcement.
No, we've got a lot of people saying that in Twitch chat. Puma opens up against T70, 2 shots in, does manage to get the retreat. Unfortunately, the Faust did not come in from Barton's Grenadier. Is that to rebuild his Pioneers? Dan, do you reckon he's going to get some Minesweepers on that one?
Yeah, he will get the Minesweepers because he's going to need to start pushing out somewhere. He can't keep doing it through the center as he has been. At some point, he needs to go and get a VP. Luvnest with a Maxim nearly on every single point. He knows that the mines are going to be down there. He can't really push out without Minesweepers. So, you know, I almost feel like one isn't really enough. But this committal to the center VP, you know, this commitment strategy, sorry, is not really paying off. He's not able to take that VP yet. He'd probably be better going over to the right-hand side, you know, with a few more things, because it's going to be difficult for Luvnest to push him from the mid from here. And you know, he does need to get that fuel so he can call in the Puma now. It has unlocked and is available.
Well, yeah, of course he's got the Puma on the field. It's got a nice camouflage, I must say. In a decent position watching over the centre. T70's yet to be repaired. It does have, of course, crew repair available too, but it's more munition starved is Luvnest at the moment, having spent a lot on that demo. That highly successful demo, might I add.
Oh yeah, definitely. We're also going to see the second T70 come out. And has the Puma been revealed yet to Luvnest? I don't think it has. And I've just realised why the Puma was on the field before I spoke before. So actually the fuel thing wasn't so much an issue. But another T70 against the Puma could actually work out more in Barton's favour as he continues to push up against Luvnest and make these progressive flanks. What hit the Maxim on the right? Because it looks like there wasn't a mine there, was there?
There may well have been, I believe. You got combat engineers from Luvnest. It probably wasn't. May have been a Maxim that was attacked from something else, triggering a Soviet mine. So we haven't seen Barton lay mines for a long time. Sniper is an interesting position. He's firing up against the guard rifle from Luvnest. He has gone for mechanised support tactics in this one. Guard grenade goes in against the LMG Grenadier, doing a decent amount of health damage on that. You've got a Zis gun supporting. It's just penetrated the Puma. Puma's going to have to retreat out of there. The main gun was destroyed.
Yeah, look at this, guards chasing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really nice push there. T-70's trying to come in. Barton just manages to get that way by the skin of his teeth as well, which is really good. I wonder if the T-70 is going to push here.
Oh, destroyed T-70 from the Faust from Barton. Great shot there. KA-99A just said it was a rifle nade that blew the unit up near that mine, the Maxim, earlier.
I didn't see a squad there. Oh, yes, of course, because the Grenadiers picked up the flames. It's not the Pioneers anymore. So.
Absolutely. Grenadier. It's got that flamer. It's got 2 pips of extra, 10 kills and counting. Puma has survived. It's the second one on the field. You got the other one in base right now. So this T-70 is vulnerable. He does have a Zis backing him up though. Maxim in the central house, overwatching the sniper, overwatching the Grenadier. The T-70 peeks his nose out and gets shot for his troubles. Zis gun did hit the shot blocking green cover wall there. Didn't manage to get the shot in. Also, you got yet another Maxim from Luvnest watching over the fuel points. He currently has both fuel points, 2 victory points, and he is on the path to victory if the positions stay as they are.
He's doing a pretty good job of harassing those VPs, but equally Barton has managed to pull this back. Actually, a better VP count than he has done previously against Cruzy, especially in that first game. He took a lot more of a VP hit from the triple cap in the early game, in that game specifically. And his army composition is actually pretty good at the moment. You know, Mortar to deal with the Maxims and the AT guns, Puma to drive off the T-70s. I almost feel like that was a bit of a mistake by Luvnest to build those T-70s, because the ISU-152 would have been better here. But,
yeah, big shot on that T-70. There's a nice guards grenade. It was dodged by the Grenadier. He's got the Zis pushing up. However, there's a lot of Grenadier action here. One with the flamethrowers who's going to do well to get out of there.
Yeah, really nice all round at the moment. Let's have a look at what Luvnest is doing then. So this time he's gone for the mechanized support tactics, which is a late game ISU. So I don't know if he's planning on sticking with the strategy, whether he plans to approach tier 4 a little earlier. I mean, it's a bit more of an open map, so T-34s may be a little better here. Also the SU-85, very, very good as well at helping deal with the Pumas. You know, with all the mines that's gone around, it's going to be unlikely that they'll be able to flank an SU-85 easily. So it really comes down to Luvnest micro and kind of making sure they don't all get disarmed. But Barton is just slowly creeping up on Luvnest, and it's really nice to see. You know, this Maxim not working the way it has done for Luvnest in every other game.
Flamer battle there. We've got 2 flamers kicking off each other in the central garrison. Elsewhere, you've got Grenadiers being pushed away by sustained Maxim fire and the T-70 in pursuit, barely escaping with 3 models, very small amount of health between them. And Barton is in an interesting position. He's got the material he needs to push out, but to be honest, it's these 2 mortars that need to start working for him if he's going to do that.
Engineer's dangerously close to going down there.
Very, very small amounts of health escaping with. He's got the 2 Pumas just about. One of them managed to escape with the skin of its teeth. And he can push, it's just the Zis stopping him currently. Zis penetrates, pushes away the Puma. Elsewhere, you've got the Maxim. He did manage to temporarily wipe that central victory point. It has now pushed up. Is now going to sustain fire from the MG42 and the 2 mortars, so we could be seeing a white Maxim here momentarily.
Nice to see that go down, because I think, in fact, no, he did manage to keep the other ones alive, which is good. Double mortars from Luvnest as well coming out on the field, so I'm not sure whether they're going to be used as a counter to that or whether they're going to try to push the sniper off, but Luvnest's build has changed. Not a lot, but it is in that kind of reaction phase now where he's trying to deal with what Barton's throwing out. But the compositions are very even in one sense. It's just, I can't really tell which way this is going at the moment, but Barton needs to keep hold of the 1 VP, and I think he'll be absolutely fine. He's not taking that much of a VP drain as he normally has done.
Guards getting pushed away. Was a nice grenade on the grenade. He's only killing 1 model. That's surprising from a guard's grenade. Big penetration on the T-70, pushing it away with a main gun destroyed. The Pumas do not, however, pursue because they're scared of the Zis gun.
Barton's got his 2 mortars placed right up against each other, and that's going to come against him if the 6-man mortar squads from the Soviets start firing down in that position. He should probably look at splitting those up a bit. I think maybe, yeah, he has just done that now, which is good to see. You don't want to be having those 2 units clumped up together like that. Possibility he could steal a Maxim here as well from Luvnest, which would be pretty annoying for him, I imagine, with this build.
Absolutely, a stolen Maxim will allow him to keep that southern victory point for a much longer time. He's also got the he's got 3 machine guns in total, 3 mortars as well, Dan. He's got 3 mortars now, and this map in itself, I'm just going to bring up tap map to show this very much. It's a very narrow map. It's very, the middle, you can just basically sling for OKW and USF, Pack Howie or ISG fire, but with the vanilla factions, it's all about the mortars. Just over that central ground, just a proper slugfest.
Yeah, it's really, really good. And also, those kind of units, they're indirect fire units, they don't require that much attention as well, and they do get good payoffs. So, you know, they get a lot more time to micro and try and get those squad wipes after the mortar hits. And let's have a look at Barton Sniper for a moment. 33 kills now, so doing pretty well with that. Luvnest is going to be feeling the manpower drain. That's going to stop him from getting that ISU out early. But look at the fuel that Luvnest is stacking at the moment.
Dear God.
He's stopped the kind of mid-game build that he had with tier 3, which is something he's normally been really, really heavy with. No sign of the SU-76s just yet. I wonder if he's going to go straight in for the ISU.
I'm like predicting he will be. He needs, however, 14 command points in total, so it is a little bit away. 25 minutes before we see that, despite his amazing fuel count.
Yeah, it's 100% got to be that, really. It's just whether he has the backup for it. There is a lot on the field. The 2 Pumas are there. I'm just trying to have a look at the kind of mine placements Luvnest has got down. It doesn't really look like the flanks are mined that well at the moment. There isn't really anything. There's no anti-tank grenades either, so no chance of snaring those at all at the moment. Just relying on one AT gun and a T-70 to stop 2 Pumas taking on the ISUs. So Luvnest really needs to get that under control, and I kind of feel like he hasn't taken the opportunity whilst he had map control to lay as many mines as he wanted to. I don't know whether it was down to not having enough munitions or anything else like that, but you know, he's not in that defensive position that he wanted to be in right now, I don't think.
Absolutely not. It is. He did, by the way, he is now using mine supers. He did get one of the mines you were talking about as you were talking about it.
So it's a daring T-70 coming in for the mortars there. In fact, is he going for sight? What's he doing with it?
Dear God, he's gone insane with it. It's currently in recon mode as well. I presume that must have been a misclick from Luvnest. No, no, no! That was... Oh, dear God! The IL-2 precision strike wipes the squad, kills many models. Now we know what he was doing with that suicide T-70 that is now abandoned. What a great gambit from Luvnest.
Yeah, he's going to get out with it as well. T-70 wasn't destroyed, and Barton went away with the Pumas, so that T-70 looking
Puma's
to get away right now.
Puma's going for it. T-70 is making use of the bonus cover road despite just being abandoned. There are some schools of thought that say an abandon should deal a heavy engine crit, but obviously not in the current state of the game.
That was very, very cheeky from Luvnest. Trying to get a good play, and that could have worked off very well if Barton had more than it did. It looks like a lot more than one squad. In fact, he got the medics as well, didn't he? So
how little used is the IL-2 precision strike ability? It's not on many commanders, I must say, or many popular commanders at least. So it took us by surprise, and it definitely took Barton by surprise, and he now knows he's going to be facing... Do you reckon he knows he's going to be up against the IS-2? I reckon he does.
I think that was the sign. Barton may be worried a little bit about that now, but he has the opportunity to get 3 Pumas out now. Obviously, Mark Target becomes available for Luvnest to help assist with those, but I mean, considering we haven't seen any new vehicles on the field, I think Barton's probably now clocked what's happening. Be very interested to see how he deals with that from here onwards. He's no AT at all, you know, it's all reliant on these Pumas. I'm still waiting for Luvnest to bring out the snares to help with that. I don't think he has, let me just check. No, he still hasn't got anti-tank grenades at the moment. So it's kind of 50-50 onto how this is going to go when the ISU does hit the field. It's definitely not going to be as easy as just sitting back and wiping squads with it.
Absolutely, and he's got 13 and 17 19ths of a command point right now, very close to 14, and the ISU-152 will surely be on the field very soon.
like hyper accurate TV down.
I was trying to make you laugh, but here come the mortars. 3 mortars from Barton trying to get rid of the MG from the centre.
That house has put up with a big beating, to be honest, as well. It's had flames, it's had mortar hits on it, and it's still standing right there with loads of health left. Surprised that hasn't gone down early, to be honest.
Absolutely, it's a sign of an okay game on Faymanville approach when that house goes down. Panzer IV command tank doing a little bit of work now, pushing away units. Only got 1 kill to its name, but it still pushed away a guards unit, which is good enough.
Mega Vortil's just asked me why snares. The reason I say that is because Luvnest hasn't quite got all the mines down where I think he wanted to put them in the early game. So really, if those Pumas do decide to charge when an ISU comes out, it would kind of make sense that he at least has something that can snare them with marked target, so that the T-70 can be effective. Because otherwise, 2 Pumas, he has pretty much nothing of stopping them flanking an ISU and destroying it.
Absolutely, and the Stormus is exactly right. To make more target work for you, you do require that snare to slow the unit down, and then it takes that extra damage. Here come the March of the Grenadiers. That Vet 3 Flammenwerfer Grenadier, or Rock 5 Grenadier rather, is a stolen flamethrower. Urban assault almost.
It was a nice pickup actually, because he lost it on the Pioneers and he was lucky to recruit it, you know, to get it back with the Grenadiers, and obviously that now leaves him with a Pioneer squad for minesweeping, so it's a really good, well, the demo didn't quite work in Luvnest's favour the way that he wanted it. Yes, Mega Vortil, it doesn't matter with 1 con squad, you just need to have 1 thing that can snare, because if there's no mines, then the Pumas are really going to run riot over everything Luvnest has. So
Luvnest is currently capping that southern victory point down. He is going to come up against an MG momentarily. In terms of victory points, Bart's now down to 200, and this all-important first game does matter a hell of a lot. It sets the pace for the entire best of 3.
ISU has just hit the field now. Been trying to monitor if Luvnest is putting any more mines down, but I haven't seen anything so far. We did have 1 on the strategic point. That's been blown up. I haven't seen any more. So if Barton makes a good play here, this is going to be nullified pretty quickly. Waiting for that first shot as well to see the kind of damage that does. I'm quite surprised, if I'm honest, that Luvnest has brought this out now with as little capabilities for anti-tank as he has.
Dan, can you do us a favour? Can you call out the kill-death stats for the viewers, please? Oh, big shot in from the ISU, destroying a Pioneer on its very first shot. 3 kills, 1 squad wipe. ISU-152 is now on the field. And if Barton didn't know it already, he definitely knows it now.
Well, you wanted the key, the KD. Barton is currently 150 killed for 73 lost. And obviously Luvnest is reversed, about 73 units killed for 150 lost.
Big shot in on the T-70 with both Pumas. It careers into that heavy cover green wall there. ISU-152 currently loaded with its high explosive rounds. Of course it is. Shocks the crew of the Panzer IV command tank. Will it now switch to armor piercing? And Barton's going to have to think outside the box. Can he destroy an ISU-152 with 3 Pumas, Dan? Is that a possibility?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's only 1 AT on the field, and as we say, there are absolutely no snares over there. The second he gets around the back of the ISU, Luvnest has nothing in his army that can stop this right now. And especially with the T-70 going down, you know, that's a really big problem for him, because he can't even use marked target now either.
Big precision strike coming in. Ooh, only kills 1 model, sorry to interrupt. Oh, the ISU does some work anyway, destroys a mortar. But yeah, you've made some excellent points here. And here comes your point in action. Barton's taking all 3 Pumas straight down the bonus cover wall. There is a Ziscon, however. The Ziscon's in a prominent position, but they'll go straight past its line of fire. They haven't penetrated quite yet. They need to get around that rear armor. Ziscon is...
You're going to see it happen. Luvnest is going to be kicking himself when this happens. The smoke
Pumas are blocking it. It's trying to retreat, but they've got double block on it. They get rid of it almost immediately. Great call by Stormers, great play by Barton, using the bonus cover road to retreat, going all the way around the rear. No snares, no mines, Barton won Luvnest 0 when it comes to ISU-152.
It was absolutely incredible play and just well spotted. He was taking a gamble from his perspective because he didn't know really if there were mines in the middle. He has actually tripped 2 of them already, so he made the right call to go in, knowing that there probably wasn't an opportunity for Luvnest to plant more down. That was really good. That was a really good play.
And that just cemented you as an analyst. I mean, there's been a little bit of doubt. Anthony's saying, I do not agree. Hashtag, I do not agree with Stormless. But there you go. That was great analysis, and it was bob on, mate. 100% perfect analysis. And Barton absolutely enacted it perfectly there, and he's now massively into this game, despite his victory point count.
Yeah, Luvnest does have an opportunity to get back in. He can pop out another ISU, but he does need to make sure that he has stuff to defend it right now. He really needs to make sure that he has the counters in place for that. You know, he had a lot of munitions to spend, and he did decide to spend it on that gamble with the with the IL-2 bombing run, and that hasn't paid off for him. Barton, in fact, has just come out so strong after that. And to me, I don't understand why Luvnest has done that, because Luvnest is the type of player that always does that. You know, you always get Luvnest building these things, and I'm kind of shocked that he didn't have that in place.
As a comedic aside, we could add alternate alternate commentary to that action. It could be, here we see the 3 Pumas hunting in unison. The large bison that is the ISU-152. Very wildlife-esque moment there. I nicked that joke from the chat, by the way. I must say, I nicked it.
Well, this is just absolutely amazing at the moment, and Barton, you'll notice, is being really, really reserved with everything he has, and I think this is really, really good of him. You know, he hasn't got all of these units at the top currently trying to smash Luvnest's base into the ground. You know, what he's doing is just playing with a couple of units that he knows will perform well and that he can micro them well, and he's just kind of sticking with it. Interesting to see Luvnest just brought the ISU out again straight away. I don't know if this is a good idea at the moment. You may have just slipped into 4 speed, by the way, AE. You were speeding up quite quickly.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Did we? I don't think we did anything. We missed anything though. I must have hit a shortcut by accident there.
I think you probably hit the plus sign. Is usually the hotkey for that.
Maybe. We did no harm, no foul. It's fine.
No. So I mean, anyway, with another ISU out, let's have a look what the counters are at the moment. We haven't seen any signs of another AT gun coming out. Has Luvnest learned from his lesson?
Nope. Look at these 3 Pumas, dude. Veterancy 2 on 2 of them. Giving some nice bonuses there. Increased rate of fire, weapon accuracy, vehicle sighting. I mean, they're a fearsome force acting as one unit. He's now actually laying some mines, though. What's your name? Stormless?
Yeah, you can see he's laying a lot of mines. Sensible thing to do. There is a problem with this though, and this is something that Luvnest is going to struggle with, is this 3 mortar build from Barton is going to trigger these mines undoubtedly. You know, they're going to be aiming in this area for sure, and that's going to be a massive problem if the mortars start triggering these mines. Suddenly we get rolled into this you know, continuing circle of you know, munitions being wasted and not being effective. So very interested to see what Barton does there. The mortars have been moved up already. There are Maxims actually standing on the mines, I believe. So, in fact, did one of them go down already? Yeah, one of the mines is already down.
Oh dear God. And Maxim models along with it, so great call there, absolutely.
Yep, I mean, it's going to be difficult now. I think Barton has sight from being in this house on the right. In fact, yes, he does. This house on the right gives him sight of the... It gives him incredible sight, actually, when you look at it. And that's going to allow, well, it's basically going to allow Barton to know exactly what Luvnest is doing.
And does the Pole have the German absolutely counted in this game? He seems to, I mean, I know he's lost a few squads to that early ISU, but now he seems to have his marker, you know, he's got him. And unlike StarCraft, this is a game of counters. However, those counters can be recounted, you know. Games can go on for such a long time in Company of Heroes 2. Oh, great shot in from the ISU, another wipe.
That was a great shot.
But due to the unpredictable nature of this game, the counters can come one after another, and it's more about how the individual micro of specific units happen, whether those counters actually matter. Panzer IV getting pushed away by this time armor-piercing rounds from... No, that was this fire rather. It's staying on explosive still. Why swap, eh? When explosive is so powerful.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're coming to a bit of a weird situation now, though, I think. I'm just having a look at the teching at the moment from both players, and whilst Luvnest has taken a serious, he's on a 0.5 KD easily at the moment. Barton has been losing things here and there, but he's keeping good vet. We're going to see the Pumas going again now, with some more smoke and everything else. But I'll let you cast this quickly and tell you afterwards.
Absolutely. Pumas are pushing in right now. One's going right, one's going left. You've got another also coming right. The Zisk gun is not currently in position. The ISU is yet to be penetrated. There we go. Mine takes out one of the Pumas. No, that was this fire indeed. Trying to penetrate. This time it's not as successful as it was before. The ISU smoke pops seemingly.
Yeah, it's really, really great play at the moment here. He needs to get some kind of rear shot on that.
He's pushed into the back of the map though. There is no rear. The rear no longer exists, but the ISU is still being penetrated. Great shot from the veteran. 3 Puma now. Will he get out scot-free though? The Zis has rerouted itself. He's taken out a Vet 2 Puma. Vet 3 needs to get to that bonus cover row because it's got a pop smoking. It does indeed get away. How do you analyse that trade, Dan?
Do you know what? It nearly came off well for Luvnest. He nearly got that Puma on the retreat there. Again, this is the thing. The mortars hit the mines at the front, and Luvnest hasn't learned from his mistakes the first time around. I don't know why he's bringing this ISU onto the field constantly. It's getting a couple of good squad wipes, but SU-76s would have been much better for him here, at least preemptively to bringing the ISU out, because he wasn't gaining any territory with the ISU. It wasn't doing anything for him other than getting the occasional squad wipe, and again, no snares on anything.
Oh, and Luvnest surrenders! He knows he is countered, and he does the good game thing. He knows he's strategically countered. He does not drag this game out. He just surrenders. Let's mark down the victory points, my good friend Dan. I've got a piece of paper here. There's a pen to hand.
Well, yep, okay.
And give us some post-game analysis, dude.
Oh, well, I think everyone knows what it will be.
Come on, dude. Just revel in it. It's fine.
Okay, well, Barton knows. Barton's playing what he plays as an early game thing, which is obviously sniper straight away, and then obviously goes into his heavy infantry build, double MGs to help lock everything down. First time we've seen the triple mortars in a game, but I guess that's to counter the max in play. It counters it very, very well. This time, and I never ever say this about Luvnest, but Luvnest teched wrong. Really, I just think that's all it is. Maybe he didn't know mobile defense obviously until he had 2 T-70s out, but this huge fuel that he had, he had so much fuel in that game, and saving it up for the ISU, when he could have utilized SU-76s, one, to barrage things like the mortar and the sniper and get rid of those, but also just to keep the Pumas at bay. And, relying solely on mines to stop vehicle flanks didn't work.
That last engagement, to be honest, my hype casting wasn't quite on point. I want to point out a couple of little things whilst we've still got the screen up. When the Puma passed that Zisk gun, Barton did a very clever thing. He popped smoke in a retroactive position behind the Zisk gun, close to the ISU, to conceal himself. They pushed the ISU-152 back into these trees, and because of the veterancy on the Pumas, they managed to destroy it. There's a hell of a lot going on there, and it's very difficult to say exactly as we see it. But fantastic analysis from Dan. Hopefully we're keeping up with these great players bringing you fantastic action. And I have to say, the Polish juggernaut, the man in the little spaceship is his avatar. He is playing very well today, isn't he, Dan? And he looks strong, man. He looks really strong.
Yeah, I just want to, before you start the next game, I actually want you to just look at the match stats, because
Yeah, absolutely. Casting.
It becomes this is one of the times when match stats really, really shows a lot. Luvnest, more points held for the majority of the game, actually, to be honest. It's like army value. Barton's just climbing it constantly. It shows good unit preservation. You check out his resource float, very, very low until the end when he has full pop cap. But Luvnest, again, look at the time when Luvnest starts stacking his resources. 15 minutes into the game is when he starts trying to bring out this ISU, and it doesn't really get there until, 23 minutes in. But all of that time when he was doing that, you can see Barton is pummeling out units and just gaining this advantage. You even start to see it in the points held, that the territories start climbing back, and even when let's have a look here. So army value, 27 minutes into the game is when that first ISU came out, right?
Yep.
Now, 27 minutes into the game, he has lost 12 minutes of time when Barton had a higher army value, and then when the ISU comes out, it only meets what Barton's got. It
Yes.
doesn't even bring him above Barton's army value in terms of that, because Barton had so much on the field. So this whole decision not to tech and rely on this late game unit was a massive mistake for Loveness, an absolute massive mistake, and match that's will show perfectly how that
They
game went, to be
really
honest.
do, and I like the last little pip when the two Pumas die, but the ISU dies. It's just such a good trade. Match that's bloody brilliant, aren't they? Let's have a quick 2 minute break. Stay with us, guys. I'm talking like a couple of minutes here whilst we get ready for game two, and thank you for watching thus far. Die, but the ISU dies. It's just such a good trade. Match that's bloody brilliant, aren't they? Let's have a quick 2 minute break. Stay with us, guys. I'm talking like a couple of minutes here whilst we get ready for game two, and